Dear students, in our previous video we were discussing about electromagnetic induction, and we have discussed two important demonstration regarding electromagnetic induction. Number one, to electromagnetic induction by using straight wire and a horseshoe type magnet, and number two, we have discussed about using a coil and bar magnet. Okay, by these two demonstration, you can say that Faraday and Henry made some very important observation which are very important for us. Okay, so number one, a current is induced in a coil when it is moved relative to fixed magnet. This is very important. Okay, very important and a necessary condition for the electric current producing, for production of electric current by electromagnetic induction, is that there must be a relative motion between the coil of wire and a magnet. There should be relative motion between them. What do you understand by relative motion? It doesn't matter. You please go through that previous video. You can understand it very nicely then, that we were pushing this bar magnet and we were pulling that bar magnet to produce an electric current. Okay, it doesn't and when this bar magnet is in stationary condition within this coil, then there is no current. Okay, now we can say one thing, there should be motion. Okay, but it's not important that we only move. If we want to generate electric current, it doesn't mean that only when we push or pull the bar magnet then electric current can produce. We can do another thing. We can take these bar magnets in stationary condition and we can move this coil. Okay, suppose this is in stationary condition, bar magnet is in stationary condition, and we are moving this whole coil, then also electric current will induce. So it observed from the experiments. So I can say this thing, that the important and very necessary condition for electromagnetic induction, there should be a relative motion between magnet and the coil. Okay, if there is a relative motion between them, one should be at stationary condition, one should be in moving condition, then 100% there would be current. Okay, in the galvanometer. So the first point is very important. A current is induced in a coil when it is moved relative to fixed magnet. Number two, a current is also induced in a fixed coil when a magnet is moved relative to the fixed coil. We discussed it. Number three, no current is induced in a coil when the coil and magnet both are stationary relative to one another. If both are stationary, okay, then there would be no current. There will be current only when there should be relative motion between coil and magnet. Okay, and when we change the direction of coil or when we change the direction of magnet, okay, then we can observe that the direction of current is also gets reversed, and the magnitude of current induced in the coil increased by winding of coil of a soft iron core, by increasing the number of turns in the coil, by increasing the strength of magnet, by increasing the speed of rotation of coil. Okay, so these four factors are important for current. We can increase, or I should say one thing, that we can manage current by these four factors. Okay, if we increase the winding of coil in a soft iron core, then there would be more induced current. If we increase the number of turns in the coil, okay, and if we increase the strength of magnet, and if we increase the speed of rotation of coil, then there would be more electric current, okay, which is induced. So these are important points related to these demonstration. Okay, if anyone asks to you that what do you understand by electromagnetic induction? So electromagnetic induction is a phenomena in which we can get electric current by magnetic effect. By magnetism we can produce electric current. So this phenomena is called electromagnetic induction. And what is the very important condition for electromagnetic induction? So you should remember this thing. For production of electric current by electromagnetic induction, there must be a relative motion between the coil of wire and a magnet. Okay, this is very important thing. You should know this thing. Okay, now another thing we have Fleming's right hand rule. This is also very important things. Okay, this rule is for finding the direction of induced current. You have suppose you have two things are given. Okay, number one, you know about the motion, and number two, you know about the direction of magnetic field. So by using Fleming right hand rule, we can find the direction of induced current. Okay, what does it say? Fleming explained about it. Suppose this is your right hand. Okay, then according to Fleming's right hand rule, you should remember the same thing as I discussed in Fleming's left hand rule. FBI, F for force, V for magnetic field, I for current. Okay, this thumb for F means motion here. Okay, B which represent magnetic field, and the middle finger which represent electric current. So we can say that hold the thumb, forefinger and the center finger. You have to do one thing. Hold your all three fingers, thumb, forefinger and middle finger, okay, of your right hand at right angles to one another. Now adjust your hand in such a way that forefinger points in the direction of magnetic field and the thumb points on the direction of motion of conductor. Then the direction of induced current will be shown by the center finger. Okay, this is Fleming's right hand rule. You can go through it. Thank you very much, dear students.